Welcome to day 14 of the Advent Candles. It means we're only 10 away from the end. And today we have Diana Boles, also known to those of you in chat as the oil painter. Is that what, yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, oil painter.
Uh-huh. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut over to the box and we're going to come back and talk to Diane. Not that she and I should have taped what we were talking about before. Be a really long show. Okay, Diane, it's day 14. And it is this, which is, and it's hard to see because my lamps are so glary and my cameras are not the best, but this is a coral fossil or fossilized coral. And the oldest coral fossils are over 500 million years old. The earliest forms were different from those that we see today. And the earlier forms of coral died out 225 million years ago, and when the Earth became a giant snowball and almost froze to death. Modern corals are still common in tropical oceans. There are solitary corals, but these were solitary corals that grew up in big masses in the Jurassic and Cretaceous periods under the sea. Agicized coral reminds us that we are constantly changing and evolving, yet we also remain fundamentally the same. This apparent paradox is both beautiful and good. It is an ancestor stone. Fossilized coral is a combination of coral and agate that is said to have many metaphysical properties, including they help you ground to bring about change, they help you with wisdom and success and how to deal financial goals and other goals you choose for yourself. It's a protection stone. It can protect travelers on or near the water. So, put on your life jacket, but carry one of these. Physical healing can help with ailments of the bones, skeletal systems, hands, and feet. Emotional balance can promote emotional balance. It helps with intuition. It has connection to all the ancient wisdom because it's been about here as long as anything else. Uh, there is a certain kind of stones up near where Diana lives. They're called Petoskey Stones. Petoskey Stones are from an extinct fossil that lived more than 380 million years ago. The Petoskey Stone also happens to be the official stone of the state of Michigan, and you are up there near Michigan. And with that, I'm going to cut back to you and I. Oh, I didn't say my little prayer.
Uh-oh. Well, let's
Okay.
have that prayer.
Okay, we are thankful to the Mother, the Earth, for she gives us all that we need for life. She supports our feet and to walk upon her. It gives us the joy that she continues to care for us, and she has been there for us from the beginning of time. To our Mother, we send greetings and thanks. And now our minds are one, and I now can move back to Diana. So,
Hi.
so you've got some real Petoskey stones.
I sure do. I sure do. Petoskey is it's on a part of Lake Michigan that is still Lake Superior. It's not quite the dividing line till you get out of Little Grand Traverse Bay. But if you walk along Petoskey, you can find the Petoskey Stone. When I was a kid, the tale is that's the only place that you can find it is on the beaches of Petoskey, in the waters around Petoskey. Don't know if that's really true or not, but that's what I was raised to believe. I'm sure it's got to be on both sides. And who knows where the water of Lake Superior really ends and the water of Lake
Well, I
Michigan.
don't think it's the water of those lakes that make a damn bit of difference. It's what stone it's in. And when like I said, there's coral agate stones, coral fossilized stones that are
Okay.
500 million years old. And then there's some that are as little as 200 million years old. So, and they had different generations in between. But Petoskey stones I'd never seen till I was watching a stone tumbler. Shows you
Ah,
what a fun life I have. What do you watch on YouTube? Stone tumblers. But this guy was stumbling, and you've got beautiful examples of Petoskey's.
well, this is one that I found walking along the beach of Petoskey.
Mm-hmm.
This is one that didn't get baked all the way,
It's
obviously.
just that's a fossilized coral.
Right,
When you get to the Petoskey Stone, I'll explain about the agate that got in the other stone.
right. And then this is a raw one that I found on another visit to Petoskey. And I haven't even scrubbed it at all because I didn't want to
Any of
lose
what it
that
had.
face. There's my ancestor in the stone right there.
Mm-hmm.
You can see her. And all the little accoutrements that are on there, there's a couple of raised bumps, and I didn't want to knock anything off of here. And then I have a beautiful piece that was gifted to me that is
Mm-hmm.
polished, and it reminds me of a box turtle shell.
Mm-hmm. And that's what a Petoskey Stone, don't break it.
Yes, it's
That's what
pretty
it really
heavy.
looks like. And in other parts of the world, things grow up like this that have different colors, the different agates, the agate
Yes.
solution, the silica solution gets in it.
And then I found this one in Petoskey as well. Now,
It's
I'm not
gorgeous.
sure if, and as you had pointed out, this could have been polished by the waters themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I just got lucky and found one washed up or if it had fallen out of somebody
No,
else's pocket.
that's how they became aware of how pretty they could be, is when they did get washed and brushed by the sand.
Okay.
But
Well, Petoskey is a very interesting place. It's on Little Traverse Bay. There's Grand Traverse, and then there's the Little Bay, and it's on the shore of the Little Bay. And underneath those waters
mm-hmm.
is where Lake Michigan, has standing stones. Our Stonehenge is buried under there.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, if I only had the courage of like Danny Shea to go deep diving and go see what's
Mm-hmm.
under there and take a look or take a walk around, see if Merlin wanted to come and say something, follow the ley lines that are under there.
Mm-hmm.
But alas, I carry one in my pocket because the water scares me a little bit.
Well, I've just told you it's good to help you with that. So that's kind of what we're looking at today. And uh, when you see them, when they get agatized, that's when the silica comes in while things are still sort of murky and watery. And it just fills in all those little spaces. And it makes it kind of fun.
And
And
one other,
that's what makes opals, you know.
oh,
It's creeping
oh,
into those empty spaces, and that's silica, and it's the same process.
I
There's a
love the,
lot of
sorry.
no, go.
Well, I love the blue opal. That's this color
Right.
of my frames. Oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite
Except they're
songs.
called black opals.
Yeah, yeah, go figure, but it's blue. But I really am pulled towards blue stones,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the past 5 years since I moved back to Michigan. It's
Mm-hmm.
been blue stones pulling me. And then I just wanted to show one more thing because this is like my school teacher show and tell. And this is just paint that the kids, got on my stones. But this is a Lake Superior geode up at the Keweenaw Peninsula. I used to live up in Calumet and Marquette and Ishpeming and Negaunee, all through that area of the Upper Peninsula. But when you crack it open, inside we
Very
have
druzy.
very busy, very busy. That's
Druzy means lots of little tiny
yeah,
things, like a blanket of little crystals.
yes, yes, and so glittery and so much fun to make things out of
Mm-hmm.
because we and let my camera get everybody sick to their stomach. Like here, I see a little elf.
Mm-hmm.
Merry Christmas, everybody! And here's another one, Thumbelina jumping out of her. What would she be sleeping in right now? I don't know. Little leaf, a dead leaf, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
some more back inside. Just so it's so fun to go walking along the shores It's harder in the city areas like Marquette, because even though Lake Superior is there and these things do wash up, there's quite a great population doing the same thing you are. But when you go up towards the Keweenaw or up by the Sioux on the reservation up there, you're a little luckier and can find things like this. Of course, this was when my 45-year-old, 47-year-old was a year old. So.
And it's, remember that Mother Earth leaves us these stones to remind us of these strengths and things. And you can feel them when you pick them up. They actually have a very mystic feeling to them. And Diana, you're a Wiccan, you also do astrology?
Yes, I do. In fact, Valerie and I will have a show on the 15th for the moon. And that's Illumination Portal, Valerie Bradshaw. And
Isn't it going to be a full moon before the new moon?
This is the full moon.
Yeah,
this is the Gemini full moon. In fact, although this is not the day it's airing, today is my half birthday. And I have the sun in Sagittarius sitting directly opposite my sun in Gemini. I have Jupiter sitting on my sun in Gemini. And I have transiting Pluto sitting on my Jupiter in Aquarius. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
A very merry on birthday to me.
There's a whole lot of stuff moving up in the sky right
There
now.
sure is. And I think it's going to give us all a stroke of luck rather than a stroke.
Yeah. I already had my stroke. Thank you. I ended up on the floor twice in a week and
a half. We're not doing that
anymore. And I'm feeling much better. For those who are wondering, I am doing the chakra thing every day and trying different ways to connect all the energy.
I'm pulling your threads to make sure your chakras stay tight.
Yeah, and you'd think handling as many crystals as I do that I would be impervious to that, but it doesn't work out that way.
No, sometimes the room hums louder than we can handle, right?
Oh God, all the time. So I'm grateful you came and joined me on this day of our trip up the Advent calendar. I think I've figured out the operator errors. It caused a couple of people to switch days. And one of them said, well, I felt better on the day my show finally showed up. So,
well, you know what? It is the trickster that always follows you around, because it's happened every year, even though sometimes it's 9 candles. But
yeah, I know somebody said you thought you got rid of all that by not doing 9 candles. Ha ha. Not so ha ha ha. But no, it's fine. We're doing great. And I'm looking up to a very mild, unworried Christmas. Just I'm just gonna enjoy. One of the things someone has asked me about is, yes, I will put together a PDF of all of what the stones were in each day.
Awesome.
So people can, there will be no pictures. It will not be a grand production. I am not a publishing house. But I will do that as soon as I'm done with taping these. Got to tape them first so that you continue to be interested. And I want to thank, and we're coming up to Hello Darkness. We're coming up to the 21st.
Yes, I can get my sweatshirt out.
Yes, get the one from This Is My Old Eclipse sweatshirt. So,
yep, it works.
It works. It's darkness. And then the light emerges. And
have you been able to see the moon? It looks like a big old black and white cookie up there.
Yes, yes. The full moon's going to be beautiful this time.
And Jupiter is so strong right now in the sky.
And we're learning so much about ourselves and those around us.
Yeah.
And we're learning to not disregard the things that are under our feet, because they're important too.
Right. It's awesome.
Well, thank you.
Such great blessings. No,
thank you for inviting coral fossils. You ended up being another person it was perfect for, because you're up where it's
speaking of fossils, I have my Polish amber from Gdansk.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Thank you.
You don't see amber like that much anymore, guys. Let me tell you.
Oh no, I've got another necklace up there.
I have a whole bag of amber because this guy was in Estonia. And he talked to this woman and he said, I have a friend who works with stones and she wanted me to find her a little piece of amber. Well, she sent me a big piece of amber and then she sent me a whole bag of amber.
Ah,
So those go nowhere unless I get called to put it in a grid or build it into something.
well, you just gave me chills with that one.
Yeah, and I'm still building grids. I'm still doing year 2025 readings if you're interested. And I get really good feedback on those and give that as a gift to someone you can't think, someone you want to tell them what they ought to do with their lives, but you don't feel qualified. Give them the gift. uh, and I sold my first grid in almost 6 months. They dropped off the radar, and all of a sudden, I had two people call me, and one woman put her money in. So
Because they work.
they work if you work them.
Exactly. And I just charged mine up yesterday because I saw that moon and went, that's too, that I want to eat a cookie that looks like that right now. So let's charge this baby up.
You've got so much energy in that grid.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I can't tell you. And I move it around from room to room. When a room I'm in needs a cleansing, that goes in there first, and then it becomes another habitat for humanity.
Yeah, and I can't tell you in these times of shift, figure out what you know how to do that can keep a space clear
Mm,
because there's so much stuff whipping around.
it's so
And
important.
even if for those of us who've been playing with it for years, it's very confusing.
Oh, because we get weighted down also. And we don't recognize it in ourselves as easily as we recognize it in others. Because let's add the factor that we're women to it,
Mm-hmm.
and we're used to putting everybody else's needs first, especially if we've been parents.
Mm-hmm.
And we brush aside
Right.
because that old factor, oh, suck it up. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
give me stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. You don't hurt. Brush it off.
Well,
Well, I got a chiropractor fixing things that got hurt when I was 9 years old and fell off my bike. So,
yeah, I mean, now's the time to heal yourself. Now's the time to be the strongest
yeah.
self you can be. And if that means occasionally have to lean on somebody else, ask first. Don't just lean. But, take advantage of connections and friendships and your stones if you find
Yeah.
one that has meaning for you.
We need a class with you on stones after the holidays.
After the holidays, and I'm seriously thinking about creating a stones group out of my viewers and working it that way because I could just continue to give out all the information in the world, but if people don't value it, if there's not some exchange of value other than that was a good job, it doesn't work. I found that out really quickly. So, and it took 75 years. That's how really quickly it takes me to learn things. So, anyway, everybody have a good day. Thank you, Diana, for showing up, and I'll talk to everyone
What
later. Bye bye.
blessings.